Actually, what am I doing? I know the freaking...
The shortcut.
Yeah, the flame power-up's over here, so I can...
Oh,
also,
yeah.
I can take care of you.
This game. Okay, come on, die. There you go. Aha. It's not worth... Oh, actually, yeah, I guess... Hey, welcome back, everybody, just for a brief moment. We thought it was worth it. Alright, see you guys.
We'll be right back.
Okay, this is fine. This is fine. We'll just...
This is totally fine.
This is fine, said the dog.
Though sadly, we just left Rhode Island.
We did what?
Just forget it.
Alright, welcome back. We're almost done with this level. We just need to climb this volcano. The good news is that we have managed to get all the bonus remotes.
Nice.
So we just need
The bad news is I'll have a crap ton to edit.
This was not a very fun level. Well, in the sense of it's a really fun design. And it's like it's impressive. Like everything is loaded right into the map. The problem is everything's loaded right into the map. So if you fall all the way down.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, just right as Stego Barney there was about to charge at me.
Just don't do no kung fu diving off of this thing like last time.
Ow!
Oh no, no you don't. Game, do not do this to us right there. Get through.
Come on, come on, come on. There you go.
The fact that those flame jets were turning on so fast. Oh, we're done. Woo! All right.
That could have been the end of me.
Okay.
Though that being said, though, that is the end of that portion of the prehistory channel. We'll have to come back for at least one more hub or two. So I hope you all enjoyed our little documentary there. In the meanwhile, we're just gonna stick around and watch some. Well, we could do that later.
That's like the second one we've unlocked this part now. Like, so I forgot if we already talked about this, but is there any what does the game look for, like criteria-wise, to unlock those bonus games?
Red remotes.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Before we go back to Toon Lane, why don't we just go ahead and knock those suckers out right now?
Oh, that's why there was that floating sign like that said you needed 14 remotes because it was referring to these. Oh.
So I do believe this one's first.
Beam me up, Scotty.
In Dragnet. That's a reference to Dragnet. That's a show that we honestly I don't know if Dragnet's even around anymore, but it was an old cop show. That's where one of my favorite oh wow, it's a freaking riff on Bad Boys. Who knew?
The theme, anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally is, and I honestly have no objections here.
Makes sense, but yeah.
And I must say, whoever was in charge of the animated graphics in this level definitely had a great old time with flashing lights.
It looks like a goddamn music video on here. But
It totally does.
But I guess I can say one funny thing about Dragnet is, so the show was actually supposed to be kind of a sort of serious, like, you know, crime drama thing, but when they made a movie adaptation, it ended up being a lot more comedic in places than the original was, maybe for, you know, accessibility or whatever. But so one of my favorite, or my dad, who then showed it to me, because there was like a music video, there was like a music remix, somebody did the theme. Anyway, losing track of it, sorry. So what happened was, so the main character or whatever, his name is like Officer, his last name is Friday, Officer Friday. So sorry, sir. So at the very end, there's a huge sting operation that's gone awry, and all of his cop buddies or whatever, they've been like apprehended and held hostage, and then finally the main character breaks in.
No. Okay.
We got time though. We got a minute and 40 seconds to find 13. But you're fine. So then the cop guy busts in, and he's about to save the day, and his friend, having seen that his friend has just come to save the day, shouts, "Thank God it's Friday!" and pretty sure everybody in the audience had that exact probably had that exact same reaction that you did. But the delivery, I'll show it to you. The delivery on that is very good. I have a lot to show you guys after this. Anyway. Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy. I know where.
Now that would have been a little inconvenient.
Just careful.
Next big thing.
Fire.
Could have been the next big thing if, you know,
reptiles ruled, as we saw there. I don't know.
Catch the train.
Heck? Oh, catch the train. What? Oh, we're not done?
Yeah, we gotta catch the train being driven by Mushu, apparently.
Oh, that is Mushu. Oh, they reused that texture in the third game.
Yes, they did.
Well, got it. done.
Thank God I was just that close to the train.
Seriously, we are out. Bonus bonanza complete.
And thankfully, we won't have to worry about another crime drama until the next game. At least I assume.
We hope so.
Just don't mind the obnoxious ticker, Logan.
I don't get that. I don't get why they gave every second of it a sound effect. Like, start off. Like, I've seen plenty of games where they'll have that ticking sound for like the first 2 seconds just to like, introduce the concept of the timer, but then they stop.
Dead fly martini. Shaken, not stirred. Alright, well.
Alright, so welcome to our other bonus level, The Spy Who Loved Himself.
Fair.
Seems appropriate given Gex's character.
Oh, it won't just wait until, just wait. Give it another year or two, and then that third game will really show it off. But, that's the other thing is that I guess, like, the whole shaken not stirred thing, that, like, yeah, like, people quote that most of the times, but that started with Sean Connery. And I grew up in such a way where the first movie with Sean Connery that I ever saw wasn't until frickin' The Final Crusade of Indiana Jones. Last Crusade. Sorry, not Final. Last Crusade. You guys ever see him in anything?
Sean Connery? I
Yeah.
think... I want to say I have. I'm just blanking on anything in particular. Like, I forget the name of the movie, but there's one movie that my friends know Sean Connery for, largely just because of the way he pronounces dragons. It's like, dragons?
Dragons. That does sound... Let me look it up. Dragons, Sean Connery. I'm sure if I Google that, I'll find it right now. Oh, that's right, Dragonheart. He was the dragon in that.
Huh.
He was the last dragon.
Yep.
I was indeed the last one.
It was I'd say I would not be against watching that with you guys. It's a little dated, sure. It was like a 90s movie, but they did like some animation with the dragon. Like the dragon himself is animated, but they did their best to also like map in practical effects, and they also even when the dragon was animated, they did their best to bump the lamp Roger Rabbit style, like by having his wings or tail like hit, like they would have it interact with like underbrush and leaves around him and stuff.
That's good.
So yeah, it's like, what the hell? Oh,
That feels like a Get Smart homage.
We're straight deep into Rez's lair, which
oh,
I think it's just a big glass aquarium. Or is it?
It looks like a dentist's office.
sorry, I keep.
But here's what we're really here to do.
Oh,
We're gonna start ourselves a disco party!
Oh gosh.
And he's well dressed for the occasion.
oh my
He
gosh.
just changed his outfit.
That was actually a really like clever transition they did. All right.
This part's awkward,
oh,
though.
Yeah, I would say those platforms are spinning very fast. Also, so sorry to anybody who is watching this camera spin around with the lights because it's the only way. Okay. Even Gex is like, oh my goodness gracious! Oh
Again,
jeez.
I said shaken, not stirred!
I was gonna say like the momentum on that. There you go.
It's like, yikes. That would literally get a freaking, like, I can't think of Beyblades that spin that fast.
Now you know those
Yeah.
are like, but now that does put the picture in my head of the Secret Service guys training to see if Gex is ready for the big one. You know, going back into the digital realm, and they set him up on one of those G-Force simulator things for astronauts, but instead it's him hanging by his tongue as the thing is swinging him around super freaking fast.
Oh, man.
Anyway, to go off on a tangent from that wacky little bit of cartoon hijinks, look, it's a clever segue. Just get in the damn TV.
I know what you're thinking. It's tail time.
I thought it was time for fine-tuning.
I thought it was time for me to get a better job.
Alright, so this is our second and unfortunately our last tune-based level. So, embrace it while you can.
Are we in a bunny outfit?
Look, I just wanted the gift shop and the bathroom.
Yeah, sure you did. That's a joke to Universal Studios and other wacky cartoony worlds. I don't care. Like, did you guys hear about the news with Harry Partridge?
What
Harry
about
Partridge?
Harry Partridge?
Nothing bad, but he put out a video talking about how after he did work on he did it. First off, he did a couple of animated intro commissions for people, such as like Dead Meat in this one horror related podcast show they did, and he did do some animation work for Smiling Friends. He was the one. He was the one who animated Mip, the not Hobbit animated movie guy, in the same style as the old animated Hobbit movies. It was really funny.
Jeez.
Anyway, it was really funny. Anyway,
every single wrinkle ever animated.
and he does all the weird vague hand motions. It's great. But so after all that, he was talking about his own oh dear, he was talking about his own personal projects he wanted to do, and one of them, and so what he actually just recently revealed was that he is now going to be there's the anvil. We gotta get out of here.
Yes, we should.
Oh.
And we got taken out by the kitchen sink.
Oh no! It's like, hey, you're supposed to throw everything but the kitchen sink. Oh.
You know, it's a good thing we weren't that far from starting, so we'll be perfectly fine.
Oh no, yeah, we lost no progress. We just were doing bonus stuff.
I guess Bowser's on vacation?
Oh wow,
There
I
you
actually
go.
wasn't expecting to get that clip.
Yeah, I get.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
he said the Bowser quote.
Oh, okay.
Because we're literally right next to the I guess I
There's
can't
no
do it
first
here.
person
But
view.
we're literally right next to the castle, which is,
Oh.
well, appropriately so, considering usually where does Bowser reside, but an ancient medieval castle.
I figured it probably would have made more sense if he actually sat a little closer to the castle.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting to actually hear something like that till I was actually in the castle. But you know what? It's kind of beautiful when something you kind of want to happen, but rarely ever does to happen, and the commentary actually happen.
Considering our luck with the first game, I'm really happy that we got to hear that variety. So
Yeah, instead of hearing some industrial like new like TV station literally looking like you're, I don't know,
Keith Richards or whatever, that was it.
not Keith Richards,
Not
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons, jeez, yeah.
And how he's intimately familiar with the bowel movements of certain characters.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, that's one you can hear in this world.
But I'm sure they
And
redid
he actually,
it.
he did redo it. He does call him by his full name this time.
Oh. Yeah. So the thing that Harry Partridge announced was that he's basically he still is gonna stick to animating, and but he recently announced that he has been looking into basically pulling together a team of animators now. He wants to, because he has all these like custom projects, which if you have not seen Harry Partridge's animations, please give them a look see. Like maybe not Starbarians if you are weak of stomach and constitution, but
Oops.
but at the very least, like some of my favorites of his would probably be Trilby Dogtooth.
Actually, what am I doing? I should kill off the scorpions first.
Trilby Dogtooth being one of his little animated short series where he actually wants to turn it into a whole series, but it's basically the premise is he is the like in a world where there were dragons and leviathans, krakens, sea monsters. The last monster hunter the world has ever known lives in a world where all monsters are kind of gone because his ancestors killed the last of the dragons. Leviathans aren't really a thing anymore. It's the modern day. Like, Krakens and these aren't real anymore. And he wants to find a real monster to slay and, like, have it be worth his while. Like, yes, this was the one that put me on the map as a true monster hunter. But then it's revealed that, yes, there are actually monsters in the world. But they're all, like, small little guys who kind of get more into mischief that he honestly ends up, like, unintentionally like taking care of, a la How to Train Your Dragon style, because he just thinks, these guys aren't worth my time to kill. I need to like bide my time until I find a real monster to fight. There's a lot to it. It's really fun.
That's fair.
Mark that item number 7 I need to show you guys after this session, but now I don't think I can show you realistically all these things before the next, but I'm gonna show you the farts. Mark my words, we will see those before.
If you're gonna show that for it, I should probably re-educate you on the one that Tim did during Four Swords Adventures.
Probably. That was
yeah, they pulled that whammy on you, unfortunately.
Well,
Hey,
that
at
was
least it didn't hit you.
Yeah, that was quite the adverse dodge. Is that pirate ship encased in jello?
As a matter of fact, it is. The second mission we'll be going through does require us to ride that there ship.
But it's in jello.
Yes.
You eat the jello.
We can't eat all that Jello.
Not with that attitude.
Actually, what am I doing? I got some extra meat to pull, or spinach rather.
Careful. Oh, more of that, and then we can get to the. I forgot what the last cartoon was. The last cartoon item.
TNT plungers.
That was it. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Go time.
now to collect 50 more, and I'll have the whole set.
The hell, I play sets and toys.
Oh my gosh, what was that from?
It's from Homestar Runner, but it's part of like a sub-series they have called Cheat Commandos, which is like a parody
Yes!
of like G.I. Joe and whatnot.
Right, and the whole parody they're talking about that. Yeah, no, when you think about it, those are very swift. But oh wow, that's funny. Anyway, the fact that I mean, most cartoons were made to sell toys. That's what they were.
In the 80s especially.
I know, yeah. Back in the day, like that was they prepped. They. It's interesting to think about that.
Oh yeah, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be wary. That's schmuck bait.
I could see the checkerboard, like they just want to give you, oh look, free health. Nope. But yeah, no, I could see that, like oh, up.
And now a lovely little nod to Donkey Kong.
Oh, just careful. But I could tell that freaking it's interesting how like all these shows that we grew up in, like we love like the characters, love all this, but the production companies never made them with the intent of like, yes, these stories are gonna like grip the hearts and minds of the youth. They made them as 20 to 30-minute commercials.
Pretty much.
I'm sure some of them were a little more sincere than that, but for the most part, yeah.
Well, Hasbro ones especially.
Unless we forget the big money maker back in the 80s. That was the Ninja Turtles.
The Ninja Turtles, Transformers.
Yeah, like those two I felt at least tried with their stories on top of obviously selling toys.
And then you got the fucking scene where Shredder literally just comes up.
Hey, dude, I got the beats.
Oh yeah, that was an episode. That's an episode I really need to go back and rewatch. And for context sake, it was an
like
episode
body
where.
swap?
Well, not body swap. It started off as the Turtles finding a way for Mikey to curb his pizza obsession, so they resulted to so they resulted to hypnosis. And to their record, to their credit, it did work. But in the process, the hypnosis thing also made it so that Shredder thinks he's Michelangelo.
So how did that enter the equation? Did Shredder just show up during the hypnosis?
It's been years since I saw that episode, so I'd have to rewatch it. But
Okay.
I do love that scene of Shredder just jaunting in, and I just like I love the animation on it and the turtles like double take when they're like, oh, what's that? Like it's so
freaking
fluid and expressive.
Donnie's look of like, I still did the James.
Well,
Oh, what the? He's a duck.
hello. Y'all are despicable.
This is like a luau at Mel Blanc's house.
No, I was trying to remember the joke.
I mean, that's somewhat relevant.
I was trying to remember the joke. Like, what did he say when the guy dressed him up with a what in Duck Amuck when he I was like, yo, better than that. Then when he got drawn as the screwball thing.
Man,
Yeah, that fucking four-legged abomination of animation.
yeah, that everything about that short is just a classic. And then they tried to recapture that formula again with Bugs, and it's not as much of a classic.
Oh, are we talking about from the new Looney Tunes show, or?
No, it was like sometime later, like during like what the 60s or 70s,
What,
whether that happened.
what did you think of the Modern Animaniacs bit with Yakko?
Oh, that one was good.
Yeah, I haven't seen the entirety of it, but from what I've seen, I liked it.
Like, they were completely aware of what they were doing, and they definitely made the most out of it, considering the medium has changed vastly since the original short.
Oh yeah, no, they used like all sorts of like scales and tweens and all that. They made fun of modern.
And then for a brief
animation
moment,
techniques.
you literally got to see Pepe Le Pew literally taken back to the dark place.
Oh yeah, we got to see him escape from the clutches of the void before he got dragged back in, kicking and screaming.
Sorry, Pepe, but you know what happened. And I still am curious which animator was the lucky one who got to like be represented in the show itself.
For all I know, it might just have been like just the base idea as opposed to being directly inspired by anybody.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be like a call out to someone just because of like especially because of how specific it was. Like, please, next to this and complaining about things like the final season of Game of Thrones, this is all I have. Also, you're my favorite. Also, you're my favorite Warner. No, like bar none.
Yeah, I did like that bit.
Yeah.
Is there something up?
Yeah.
Is there something at the top of these barrels like a secret remote?
I already got the secret remote.
Oh.
Or at least, maybe... No. I remember where it is. It's not here.
Okay.
Also, this thing spawns a lot of collectibles.
Oh, it's just for
Oh,
fucking
it's just for
keep
health. That is not worth all that. But especially, that is not the risk of like having to potentially lose it. And I mean, but granted, yeah, if you were needing that hidden remote for the collectibles, there you go.
Probably the most random thing that popped in my head all of a sudden. Remember when Daffy Duck had briefly cameoed in a Cheetos commercial?
Oh, I remember that commercial. That was insane.
I remember the time it was either Bugs Bunny or Daffy, but I remember seeing them as something that was like completely uncharacteristic of them to be in.
Do you remember what it was?
No, I cannot. Maybe
Well,
Simpsons.
do you remember what bug?
Well, I remember seeing Daffy in the Drew Carey show out of nowhere. I can only
That was
imagine.
still
I can only imagine because of his connections with frickin' No, it couldn't even been from that. Because you know what it is? I kept confusing Drew Carey with the dude from Seinfeld who was in Space Jam, whose name I keep forgetting.
What's his name? Wayne Knight?
Yeah, Wayne Knight and Drew Carey. Back at the time, before he lost weight, Drew Carey and Wayne Knight kind of had like a similar tomato thing in my head growing up.
No, I'm too young to have a second childhood.
Too late. Yeah, there you go. But yeah,
Unfortunately, we are going to have to retread some familiar ground if we want to get to our second mission, so we will be right back.
Yeah.
I knew it. I told them the shampoo wasn't animal safe, but did they listen?
Alright, so what we want to do here is, well, obviously avoid all the stuff falling down.
Careful.
And we want to whack this target to open the way back to where the ship is.
Oh!
Oh boy.
And behold, the gelatin block of
Justice.
it's gone.
The gelatin-
And we can take a quick boat ride.
The gelatin of justice. Only outmatched by the... You know what?
Go.
I'm not gonna finish that. Oh, jeez! Look, we're alive, and we did a flip!
Yeah.
Yep. And the only reason we took the boat is so we have an easy way to the castle.
This is very roundabout. That's
Oh,
all that's
boy.
in the castle. It's Wile E. Coyote's lair.
However, there's more to it than just that. If I take
There's a moat as
roundabout
well!
route-
Did you see this moat? Nah, just go...
What a beautiful little moat. But no, what I meant to do is,
Careful.
assuming
Nice.
terrain will actually cooperate with me.
Oh.
It's a little tricky to do.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, that was almost death.
This takes us to our secret remote.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, James. Continue going around. Actually, can you crawl into the back? No, you can't. I'm gonna say...
Oh, with the back here?
Yeah, it looks see-through. Oh.
Because it
That was
is.
just our quick way back, quick way in.
'Cause I was about to say, I couldn't help but feel like if we went the other way, it would have been safer, but... What's the Oh, because we gotta light this fuse somehow.
And take a ride.
Oh, jeez. And for a second, it almost looked like we were incinerated because I couldn't even see you.
And it's good.
Okay, that was fair.
Tail time.
Get the hell out.
I think there's one quote you can actually earn from that whole skit involving Wiley, but unfortunately we didn't get it.
Aww. Well, I mean, yeah, that would have been the best time to use it, but oh well. With that said, we're all done.
Yep, we're more or less tuned out.
Well, I had fun.
Me too. That all said and done, we are going to take a brief intermission before we tackle the next hub. But that all said and done, you fine lads watching this from home, hopefully from an actual computer screen and not a 4K TV, you unfortunate souls. And we'll see you all next time for the fourth hub, which will actually give us our third boss.
Stay tuned.
Pun.